verge of success. Soon, peace and order will be restored throughout the galaxy. Even now, our capable forces, led by Darth Vader, are striking back at the rebel insurgents.
The rebels are unprepared for our attack. Signal Vice Admiral Thrawn to launch his TIE squadrons immediately.
This rebel stronghold has no hope of escape. Commence the attack.
Yes, sir.
Enter your name, pilot.
Intel has discovered the time and place for a high-level meeting between the DMOC and Ripperblus leaders. Transport Omega, 2 ships, will lead a special operations raid to capture the leaders of both sides. Each transport will have a 4-ship flight group of assault gunboats for escort and assistance. You will team with Transport Omega 1, and Assault Gunboat Group Tau will team with Transport Omega 2. Intel has discovered the time and place for a high-level meeting between the DMOC and Ripperblus leaders. Transport Omega, 2 ships, will lead a special operations raid to capture the leaders of both sides. Capture the leadership of both sides in the Sepan Civil War. They will be vulnerable to capture during a deep space rendezvous near Sepan 8. Their shuttlecraft are to be disabled, then boarded by stormtrooper transports. You will fly the assault gunboat designated Nu-2 of a 4-craft flight group. For this mission, your craft has been loaded with the standard warhead armament of 16 concussion missiles. You will be teamed with Transport Omega 1, while Assault Gunboat Group Tau is teamed with Transport Omega 2. Get in fast and disable the leaders' shuttles. Once disabled, they will be boarded by stormtroopers and the leaders captured. You will protect the boarding operation by destroying any craft which try to interfere. Once the leaders have been captured, you will all hyperspace out to a rendezvous with the Protector. The DMOC's flagship, a modified Nebulon B-2 class frigate called Manosphere, will be nearby. During the battle, it will deploy a full squadron of Z-95 headhunters. The Ripperblus will also have a frigate present, a standard Nebulon B class called frigate Shemshur. Several Ripperblus escort shuttles will be on patrol. The enemy will try to prevent the capture, and they may even decide to kill their own rather than let them be taken. Concentrate on any craft which attack either of our stormtrooper transports.
Keep an eye out for any large cargo-carrying vessels. Search their cargo holds for any evidence of captured or stolen Imperial equipment. The Emperor is suspicious of how the DMOC and Ripperblus are arming themselves. Their industrial capacity is not sufficient to explain the quantity of weapons they've been throwing into battle. They must have another source.
Target craft ahead. We'll take shuttle keep. Remember, the escort shuttles can take at least 4 missiles. Try not to waste any on the Z-95 headhunters. Use cannons instead. Gunboat Tau, keep those headhunters away from Omega 2. Target disabled. Assault Gunboat Nu, intercept the escort shuttles. Omega 2. Preparing to board shuttle Fantel.
Target disabled. Order acknowledged, sir. Using your target for attack.
Omega 1, preparing to board shuttle Kaden.
Request reinforcements acknowledged. Target destroyed. Transmission received. Using your target for attack. Target destroyed. operation. Operation complete.
Omega 1 has captured the demarc leaders.
Boarding operation complete.
Omega 2 has captured the Ripoblast leaders. Go ahead and destroy Shuttle Keaton. All craft, we've captured both sides' leaders. Let's go. Go ahead and destroy Shuttle Phantom.
Work. Target destroyed. Using your target for attack. Your target for attack. Target destroyed. Excellent work. Primary mission objectives completed. The Emperor will be pleased.
Well done, we have them now. Let's return to base. Maybe now we can force an end to this civil war.
mission objectives completed. The Emperor will be pleased.
Good work. You have uncovered a shipment of Imperial supplies. This material was either stolen or sold to these smugglers.
Our special operation was a success, with minimal casualties. As it turns out, the individuals we captured are not the Demok and Rippoblus leaders, but the children of both sides' leaders. Apparently, they were to be used as hostages in a cynical attempt by each side to assure the other's adherence to a new treaty. This treaty calls for an immediate suspension of hostilities between them. Furthermore, they intended to join forces against us. We had hoped to persuade them to negotiate a peace settlement under imperial auspices. This would have been preferable to the Imperial Navy imposing a settlement. Now it seems we have no choice. Sector HQ will not be happy about this. We're going to need substantial reinforcements to pacify the Seepan system.
You have uncovered further evidence that someone within the Imperial Navy is selling arms to the Demok and Rippoblus. We must discover who this traitor is.